Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 The Great War with me, Alpha Biomega, and the sublime Ottoman state. So let me start this episode with a piece of good news. I actually went ahead and I asked the developers of the game, or not the game, the mod, if this is a failed Let's Play, and they confirmed it's not. This thing is not broken. It's gonna start firing just a little bit later than we are used to, so things are going to move ahead, but at a later date. I don't know anything more than that, so let's just continue chugging along our chosen path and enjoy ourselves. The thing is, we will need to continue the modernization of the army, which is actually performing fairly adequately now. We have added support artillery to all of our infantry units, which is great. And that will actually require us to drill some of our units. They might need that. So let's give them this opportunity. We do have a lot of extra stuff in the stockpile now, so we don't really have to worry. And if some of these units need to do a little bit of drill, we are fine with it. It's going to give us a little bit of experience, but it's going to keep our units at top-notch shape. Now, what we need to do next is actually deal with the cavalry. The issue is, oh hello, you are a new unit, aren't you? So we're gonna add you to the second Ordu of the first Ordu, and you're gonna drill there. But as I was saying, we will need to deal with the cavalry. The issue is, we really do not have any manpower. I mean, we do have 18,000 men right now, but that's far from ideal. We need about 100,000 if I recall correctly, so we have a couple of options here. We could try to get extensive conscription. Alright, we could actually do that right now. That's interesting, I thought that we couldn't. Mehmet Asad Pasha falls. Alright. Alright, it would double our effective manpower, so about 700,000 men. But it would greatly lower our performance elsewhere, so let's not be too hasty. Now the thing is, if we continue down the path that we are doing right now, which is the power of the Qlif, we're going to start getting a pretty decent amount of soldiers every week. And if we then choose to go with the Shadow of Allah on Earth, we will get additional 1,500. So that's 2,500 every week, which is 10,000 per month. And that is actually a pretty decent amount. That might actually force us to go with the Shadow of Allah. I haven't really investigated these much. And actually, there's something about the power of the Sultan. Oh, we get a research slot here. Extra stability. Some factories. Well, we'll have to look at that. Pope Pius X dies after illness. Pope Pius X died this morning, and the discussion as to his probable successor is already open. On Tuesday, His Holiness passed an uneasy night, which was much troubled by fits of coughing, and his condition became seriously worse yesterday morning. Monsignor Zampini administered the extreme unction. Pius X then said, "May God's will be done. It is the end." On the afternoon, the Pope murmured some incomprehensible words, and a few minutes later, Monsignor Bressan leaned over his bed and saw that he was dead. He was loyal to the road. Rasadia-class battleships are ready. To combat the Greek influence in the Aegean, our government has ordered 2 dreadnought battleships from Britain. Previously ordered by Brazil, yet not continued, these battleships will help with solidifying our strength in Aegean waters. Okay, let's take those, because I think we've already discussed that we have a little bit of wiggle room here with the depth. We were about, yes, So I wanted to get something else, but at this point we might just... we could purchase 5k of the infantry equipment from Germany. Alright, let's do that. Now we're at 10, which means we can do one more large debt payment and we'll be done. Which is fair. Alright, we're upgrading the destroyers, and later we will be able to upgrade the torpedo boats. This thing is becoming, slowly getting better. And some of these ships are looking much better, so that actually makes me happy. And with the fact that we have 68 Navy experience, alright, we're nowhere near where we need to be, but if we look at here, destroyer research speed, ship modules, naval experience gain. I might want to take this one, repair and refit speed. Yeah, let's get that one. And here we could get maybe the cost. Let's get the instant aggression, which means we are done with this, and now all of this drilling we can easily throw at the doctrines, which is something that, would help us. I mean, the Navy is abysmal compared to pretty much any other state. When we look at Italy, they got 2 to 3 times our ships. France has even more. Yeah, Spain is pretty much the only one at our... Oh my god. Yeah. Alright, so naval-wise, we're gonna just keep to our own. But, at least it might perform a little bit better. Now, did we get the 2 battleships? I don't think we did. Well, we'll probably get them soon. So let's unpause and continue. Trial of the ITF. The ships have arrived. Here they are. Reshadia and Sultan Osmani Evel. King George class. Alright. If we compare them to the battleships that we had, they got less light attack, less heavy attack, but more piercing. What about armor? Wow, their organization is... Oh no, that's because we're drilling. Their armor is better. Alright. Well, I mean, that's not bad, and every battleship is going to be good. And considering the cost, I think that is actually really good. So let's just have you join us and drill a little bit. Wait, what kind of an engine you have? That is actually an important question. No, it's still a coal one. Good. That's good for us. That is good for us. So what I wanted to check next is I wanted to see if we have anything here that would be... Oh yeah, these ones are really good. Breakthrough soft attack. Defense and soft attack. That's the question what we want here. Breakthrough soft attack. What I'm thinking here is extra 10% defense or extra 10% soft attack. Remove the infantry, and we're gonna build up on that. Yeah, so we're gonna go with bite and hold and then creeping barrage. We need to get those, and it would probably be good for us to get a theorist. Oh, is our military high command... Oh yeah, we executed everyone. That's great. So we don't have anyone. Continue modernization efforts. Alright, well I guess that's an effect of my hubris. And I think, yeah, we're gonna lose you as well. Pope Benedict XV. Less than 4 months after he had been elevated to the cardinalate, Cardinal della Chiesa, Archbishop of Bologna, Italy, was today elected to the papacy. Announcement was made at the Vatican that the new pope would take the name of Benedict XV. It has been 156 years since an occupant of the chair of St. Peter has borne the name of Benedict. Good luck. So you're going, which is great, unfortunately. The 15 stability is gonna hit us hard. I have to figure out who we'll take instead, but at this point we're just gonna get rid of the debt and hope that it's for the best. Alright, I need more places to build. Alright, I could build here, but that's occupied, so I don't want to. I guess we're gonna build in Konya. It's only fair. Oh no, wait. We have here in Kayseri a decent one. Alright. And Kastamonu as well. Nice. Alright. So that's good. We have a couple of these level 3 ones. So another Young Turks. Alright, that's gonna give us extra stability and political power, which we can use to get an extra advisor. The Young Turk movement has been a thorn on our side. They forced the Sultan to give up his power and still try to undermine him more. Now that we get control over the country, we can end their so-called reform and prepare for the return of the Sultan. That we shall. Okay, we're getting a little bit more power. Manpower, meaning. Oh, we lost 2 of them! Amazing! This is great. Alright, we can't get to you. We can get to you. None of you. Or we could get Bahatin Bay. Research speed. We could get to you. Political power gain. You know what? I might actually take Ejirat Senjar Pasha, because having more agents at this point would actually work well for us. No, there isn't that much to suppress anymore. But I mean, we could start doing some operations. Opening of the Panama Canal. After years of construction, the Panama Canal opened today, establishing a more direct connection from Atlantic to Pacific, which will no doubt be a boon to trade in the region, as well as make the area an important strategic location. American engineers have stunned the world with this amazing feat, with the exceptions, of course, of the British and Germans, who both insisted their canals are better. I mean, you know, it's fair enough. Army modernization, here we come. Where are you? Additional bonus, if even of 1%. And we're gonna go with you very soon. We will need to get rid of the etatism as well soon enough. We're doing on equipment. Really good. Really good. And the question is this worth it? I mean, I would really appreciate it if I had... But you know what? I very rarely use armored cars. So let's finish concentrated industry and actually work on armored cars. And we might do a sort of a cavalry armored car hybrid, which I think might be fun. I never used that. I mean, I like armored car for recon, and in Black Ice they actually have a really good usage, but we might test it out fully here. It's gonna take a lot of work to do that, because they're not cheap and not quick, but we're building up our industry very fast, it feels. So we might as well actually look into that. Now let me put you on the trains. Because I mean, we do have a lot of them, but in case of a war, I might actually think about... No, this area is covered. This is where we have issues. Alright. We will need to bolster this area. So large debt payment. Let me see. Is it as expensive as I think it is? It is even worse. But I think for a war with the Russians, a supply hub here would be an amazing feat. We could build it in Erzurum, which is... Yeah, and we want to build the forts. That's something that I would also like to build. So we might actually finish off a couple of these factories and then look into it. So if I build you... Let's try to make it as efficient as possible. So that would be one. And we would most likely need a second one over here. Like this. It's very good over here. We're pretty much everywhere. These are just the areas that we... Alright, let's finish these factories and actually jump on that. Because that seems like it will take some time. If I did it now... It would take about half a year. Alright, so we'll finish these factories and we're gonna jump on that. Because we'll need that really soon. And we will also need to build some land forts. Alright, we'll prioritize the hills. The mountains are okay, but I want the hills to be fortified as best as we can. And we would probably like it here as well. So let's do something for the actual war preparation here. Because these things are actually really important. Factories are fine and everything, but having that done. Is there anything that... Okay. Wow, the halal economics will be really nice. We'll get even more factories, extra research slot. What about the modernization? Base stability. And you give 4 factories. No, we want the Shadow of Allah on Earth. Alright, so Young Turks are no more. Empower the Sultan. After countless operations, plotting and purging, finally there's no one to stand in our way. We can finally restore Sultan his deserved absolute power. Padishahim Chok Yasha. Alright. So what shall we do here? The research speed would be pretty good. I think you might be better than anything, or the monthly population. That would be really good. Stability research and civilian factory. I wish you also sped up the supply hub. But I think we're gonna take you with the situation that we're facing. The question is, will this help with the weekly ones as well? Or just the monthly? Captain of Industry, huh? Well, you know what? We need you. We actually need help with the speed of construction. So getting a bonus and then a bonus to the railway is going to be really important for us. So let's actually work on what gives us immediate benefit and not make things harder for ourselves. That sounds like a plan. I'm thinking, what's more important? Like, I think definitely what we need to do here is, after we're done with these two, we'll build the forts. Those are really important. And then we're gonna build the K2 factory, then the northernmost, and then you guys. Alright, that is a little bit of a mix between what we need and what we don't. Opposition merges into Ittihad Veteraki Ferkasi. After the imperial coup and the new sultan rises to the throne, the constitutionalists have been steadily losing power and influence in the empire. To combat against the growing sultan's power, the opposition has decided to unite under the banner of the Ittihad Veteraki Ferkasi. Alright, manpower's growing. I can't complain about that. Alright, repairing a factory. Concentrated Industry 2 is done, which is nice. We get... Wait, was it Concentrated Industry 2? Yeah, factory output and dockyard output, so we get more. Yes, more of everything. That is really nice. Alright, so with that said, we're gonna go and get the armored cars, and who's gonna work on them? Bashak Traktor to Lomlash. Armor and defense and production cost is actually pretty good. Alright, let's put you there. Armor, defense, and production cost. Can we? Why can't I select you? Standardize. It is not available. We need domestic weapon companies. Oh man, what is that one? Domestic weapon companies? Oh, we would need these ones. Ah, man. Alright, never mind. So we locked that out. So we could take Fort, which lowers production cost. Or armor but lowered max speed. Or armor. Let's go with you then, Fort. I'll take it. The research speed is going to be good, and we're getting addition. Oh, reduction to 3. About a year. And that's going to be the base for our semi-mechanized cavalry divisions. And we can design them from the bottom up. And once they are designed from the bottom up, we can actually start turning some of you into that. It's unfortunate that I cannot. But it would be pretty good to have something maybe like this, and then 2 armored cars. Or 3 armored cars, which would still work. That would be super hard to facilitate. But something like this, and 3 armored cars, we would get decent armor, which is what we'll have to boost on them. And hopefully more soft attack and breakthrough. I kind of like that idea. I mean, it's a quirky idea, but we are a quirky nation, so why not embrace it? So we finished the repairs. Now we're working on another civilian factory. Okay, so you guys should be really cheap. You are like 500. So 500, 1,000, and 1,500. So that's 3,000. So about half military factory. But they're gonna give us a 45% reduction for any kind of attack against us. So you guys heavily entrenched. I don't like the way they are organized. We have 9, 4, and 4. So if I united you, that would be 8 and 9. So 20. No, not 20. 15. So we need an additional division here. So we. I mean, 16 is not divisible by 3 either. But I still like to have you covered a little bit better. So let me see. You guys are the biggest ones. So we're gonna cover that. And you guys will have each of you will have 2. Does it make sense? It's 1, 2. Alright, then we need to. Yeah, but this one is a very exposed province, so let's have you like this. That's gonna make a little bit more sense. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here. Ton has been done, a lot of plans, we've actually got rid of our debt, which means we have even more factories now, really nice. And we're continuing building. So, Yeah, we have 2 full lines working on these. We should burn through these relatively quick, and then the large projects are gonna come, which is the railway. And the railway is gonna be important. But if we want to supply our troops here adequately and have any chance against the enemy, we need to do, yeah, and they have railroads here. They also have really, yeah, we need to bolster this border even further.